Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for some more War Thunder middle-ish tier Japanese tank gameplay. This is a bit of an older battle. I'm kind of clearing out the to-do folder. This is a battle from the 24th of November. And as you can see, it was the same, basically the same lineup as yesterday's video. So, mid-tier Japan, and the struggle continues. As you may guess from the title, another one of those days. It ends up being a good personal battle for me, but just could have been so much better. Anyways, no spoilers. So I have to say, this map is problematic. As you can see when we get back to the mini-map, there's the teams. When we get back to the mini-map, you can see that we've got the capture point way off to one side, and an awful lot of room on this map for doing other things that involve sneaking around and getting to the enemy spawn. Doesn't matter which team it's on, that's a problem. And it's not so much that players take advantage of it, it's that it even exists to be taken advantage of in the first place. So, yes, in a real battle, you would try to get around to the enemy's rear areas, but that's not the point of this. You want to encircle the enemy and capture them and destroy them on the inside, that's fine, because there are no capture points like objectives like on the game, but there are in the game, so that's what the game should be about. Or there should just be a total deathmatch option without capture points, which I would be fine with, because then if you're going to go for the enemy spawn, you go for the enemy spawn. Also, if there were randomized spawns, in that case, it would also be fine. But let's get back to the battle here. And this IS-2 that I gave the old Type 61-2 punch to. And then had to back off and reload. I did some pretty good disabling on him, though. And then finished him with a 1-2-3 punch. Took a bit of a loss from the machine guns there, and that ended up finishing me off quickly, unfortunately. You get into a spot where you start taking machine gun fire in the Type 60, it's really hard to survive that for too long. I wasn't really having a great day to begin with, and then I was already kind of in a bad mood from some previous battles, but sometimes I let that get the better of me. I shouldn't, but I do. I know. Oh well. Back in the Ho-Re prototype. At this point, I did not have the Ho-Re production yet, so I didn't know how much slower the prototype was compared to the production. However, it was fast enough to get up and get shots at these guys that were all off to the side of the capture point. A little short on that first shot, but luckily he didn't really seem to notice where it came from, and that gave me enough time to adjust my fire.
The enemy tank has been destroyed! Bravo!
Backed off to kind of reduce my signature here, and resumed my plinking off of the enemy column that didn't seem to have any idea where I was. Unfortunately, I didn't have the side shot that I thought I had on the Centurion there, but luckily he wasn't able to shoot over the hill and hit me, and I was able to get a shot on the T-34-100. And then the completely oblivious Whirlwind just drives casually right in front of me. Thankfully, he didn't get killed either. And then I got a little bit of a lucky shot and a nice hit bouncing upwards into his turret, taking out a little bit of his crew. And then scored an interesting glancing blow off of his barrel there that didn't really do anything. That was a ping spike there. But at least the marking I had done finally gets me a kill assist on the Cent Mark III there, and then I take a hit a pretty serious hit into the front of my tank and lose my 2 front crew members, which immobilizes me and keeps me turning the wrong, unable to turn where I needed to turn to get a shot into the threat here. I should have shot just underneath his turret there on this T-3485, or waited another second and I would have had a great shot into the side of his turret, but he gets killed. Now remember that name there, the Whirlwind that killed the T-3485, the T-3485, Horus 45154. We'll see him again. Notice how close he was to our spawn there. We'll see him again. It was both teams, because we've got somebody from our team obviously well beyond the A point, making no effort to get to the capture point and shooting into their spawn. So it was one of those days where people were just doing it on both sides, and I hate that kind of gameplay. Go for the objectives and fight at the objectives. It's not difficult, and it just makes the game so much better. Not sure why that poor Sherman thought it was a good idea to draw my attention to him. If he'd have been a jumbo, I could understand, because he was likely to survive it, but a regular Sherman, not really. I'm just taking hits all over the place right here, which is kind of funny, but so much of our team is just hanging back and camped. And we really need them to move in and capture. And that'll be a big old heavy Churchill that my shots are not going to penetrate at that angle. Because it's a Black Prince Churchill, and he's got a PDS. And that's bad news for something as not well armored as the Ho-Ri prototype. I think the production might have survived that. I'm not sure. Maybe not. That still might have gone through. Doesn't really matter because it went through the prototype. So it came back in the trusty Ki-67, which I wish, if only this thing got the 800 kilogram bomb, it would just be a beautiful, beautiful mid-range bomber for Japan. The 500 kilo bomb is not terrible though, as I'm about to demonstrate. It just requires a little bit of precision bombing, which isn't always that easy, and sometimes you just plain get lucky like I'm about to. So I'm coming back in, I'm looking for anything here, and right as I'm about to just make a pass over, I realize that's an enemy tank in between these buildings, and he fires to confirm it. And I timed my bomb pretty darn well here, as you'll see. It blows up right in between the two of them. T-26E1 and a Black Prince. A little revenge on the Black Prince there, which made me happy. Now I'm flying a little high here to try and get some spots on any enemies near the A point, and then I'm trying to decide, do I want to move in low and use my guns to try and mark them, or do I want to head back for the airfield, and then I start taking pretty serious hits from a P-51 and just decide I'm just going to gun on him, do as much damage to him as I possibly can, and then just get back into a tank, because we really need the tanks pretty badly. Both of my engines are shot out, I'm on pretty bad fire, and I'm hoping that my gunners are going to get the chance to actually reload here so I can get some more hits into the P-51, and then there's no way we're pulling out, so I'm just trying to save myself a little bit of repair cost here by bailing out, and thankfully got a kill damage assist on him as I'm getting a couple guys bailed out. Trying to get the team to move up and move into the capture point, which I had just cleared a couple of heavy tanks out of it. And they are actually moved in. 3 of the 4 guys left besides me are moving into the capture point, so that's very, very good. We've got a Whirlwind back at our spawn, defending against air attack, and that's fine. He's in a good spot. He's on the backside of a hill. He's doing fine. There are enemy aircraft up, including an F-6F that just got taken out. And we've got 3 guys up in the A point, so I'm trying to get to the A point as fast as I can to help them out now. They're doing some work up there, eliminating enemies at the A point, so our team was doing a pretty good job moving in and recapping the A point here, and I'm trying to get to them as fast as I can in the M41 to help out. And I spot enemies firing at them, get a real good critical on the SPAA, but unfortunately it didn't stop him from being able to get away. Stopped him from shooting at our guys at least, but he was able to escape. And then almost all of our guys get killed quickly at the A point, and our Jagdpanzer IV, rightly so, backs off to try and get away from the multiple enemies that are there, and I don't blame him at all. I'm trying to get in here and help him. I get spots on the ZSU-37, get a good shot into him, start him on fire, take out his gunner and his machine gunner. And I had kept reloading for smoke rounds, so when I got into the A point I could put up some smoke cover, but I had to keep switching back to APDS to try and take them out. Got a real good hit on that Challenger. Took him out for the 7th kill of the battle. Trying to find the ZSU-37 now. There he is. Get a good kill into him for the 8th kill of the battle. And now I'm capturing the A point finally. We've got the SPA is right on top of our Jagdpanzer IV, but he takes it out and I pull off another assist there. So we're doing alright. And our boy there, Horace, in his T-3485 is back at our spawn, killing guys at our spawn again. Never ever made an effort to get to the capture point at any point. Great bomb by our Arado there, taking out the heavy Sherman. I get some artillery on these guys that are coming in and moving in to capture the A point away from us. Got a little bit of smoke up for some cover and turned around to back myself behind cover here. And just waiting to hold on to the capture point and defend it here until we get killed out. And there's Horace getting another spawn kill. Great gameplay there. The other problem with that is no one on our team ever said anything about the guy being back at our spawn. So that's something else. If there's somebody shooting into your spawn and killing you there, type something to your team and let them know, because the next person who gets killed might want to know that there's an enemy coming in right behind the spawn. Relocated here to try and be in a better position and a little bit more cover in case anybody else came back and started threatening the A point. Got myself lined up where I can more or less ambush people coming in here, up to my right. There's another kill. Now, I had noticed that the guy, the T-34, kept getting kills, but I didn't see where they were coming from because I wasn't noticing the mini-map most of the time, because I'm trying to keep my eyes around me at the A point. And again, no one is saying anything about where this guy is getting the kills from, so I can't tell where he's from. I'd really like to go find him and kill him, because he's getting a whole bunch of kills. And now, finally, someone says he's right in our spawn. In a bush line, so... Now, at last, after I asked a couple times, somebody finally coughs up the info. And I thought he was in those trees that I'm seeing right there, where I'm looking in the bush line, so I fired my artillery there, which is not at all where he is, as you'll see, unfortunately, shortly. So we're just holding the A point here, hopefully getting the enemy ticket bleed back down to something approximating equality. You can hear aircraft flying over. It's one enemy and one friendly. And we lose a Tiger-E to a Charioteer coming in, and I'm not sure where he's coming from, but I heard the shot, so I know he's around here somewhere close by. Our 109F got a kill on a 185, so that's great. Pull up and get a real good hit into the M36 here, back off to reload. And as I drive forward again, my tank gets stuck on this building and then is still stuck on the building, and I can't get it to back off. And by the time I can finally get back into position, gun whip in the M41 gets me killed again. And that just drives me crazy. Getting stuck on that building was just ridiculous. And that's all of our team killed out at the A point. So now I know at least there's a T-3485 somewhere near our spawn. I still think he's off to the left. judging by where our Tigers or our Panthers' gun was pointed here, so I'm looking up at those trees where I'd fired artillery. Looking around for the guy, not sure where the T-34-85 is, expecting him to be behind our spawn by now. And as I'm moving forward to pull back into the A-point again, I'm hoping that maybe he's gone back to capture the A-point, and then I look over and realize there he is right in our spawn, and at least I got a kill on him before he also killed me for his 3rd or 4th or 10th spawn kill of the game. But just utter garbage gameplay when people do that. Yes, his team captured the A-point, but he made 0 effort towards it at any point. And yes, I know there was a guy on our team also doing it, and I will condemn anybody from my own team who's going in and shooting into the spawn instead of playing the objective as well. It's not a one-way street for me. I hate it from either side. And I came back in the Kika, but really wasn't going to get back to not going to make it back to the battle in time to do anything. And it's unfortunate because I ended up with 9 kills and 3 assists and a couple of captures here, but a capture was all for nothing again. It's just sad because it was a really good fight right up until the very end. But anyway, that'll do it for today. Like I said, 9 tank kills, 3 assists, 1 capture, and a fight right up until the very end again. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the battle, nonetheless, regardless of the outcome. I've got more War Thunder coming up for you guys very soon, and a little bit more World of Warships even. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for stopping by and checking this one out. And have a great day, everybody.